Mommy, is this hard to fix?
Okay, take it out first. There is this plate here that you need to take out. Okay, take out first. Then replace it to the dust box given inside the box. First off, the bin looks a bit different from what other reviewers receive. Mine is clear instead of matte. So I personally feel that matte is better because I don't want to see the dirt and dust here. You know, it's going to accumulate for about 8 weeks. Another way is I could use the disposable bag. That way I don't see it, but I prefer without the disposable bag. Also, I'm not sure if this has started selling. I think it's going to be released 2 to 3 weeks from the date of this video. You could also tell that it comes with a very good filter system. It eliminates 99% of pollutants, and also this is totally washable. Okay, so after washing the filter, please make sure to dry it before use. New location, we are at my friend Melvin's house to test run the Roborock S7, and especially here got a lot of obstacles. It's not as empty as my house, and then also here we have 3 cats, so I can answer questions about animal furs. Okay, now I'm going to dirty the place with cat litter. So sorry to my friend Melvin. Come here and disturb him and then still throw cat litter around. So right now we're going to let the robot sweep this area first because it's easier for the cameras to capture the footage. So let's go.
I teach, O my disciples, suffering and deliverance from suffering. It was in this way that Gautama the Buddha, living in the 6th century BC, gave the gist of his whole teaching. And it's for this reason that many have called it a way of escape.
Alright, the robot is done with the first sweep on balance power, and you can see there are still some cat litter left. It's not because that the robot didn't cover the area, but more of the side brush. It was sweeping too fast and it kind of hit the cat litter and then it just flicked to elsewhere. So you do see like about 2 to 3% left, a very common issue with robot vacuums. Okay, let's see if it's really clean.
Dustbin removed.
It's really empty. There's nothing. And this part is also pretty clean. Okay, I got to show you how it empties, okay? So this is the brush housing. I'm going to take it off. And then the rubber brush. So the outlet is somewhere here. Okay? So when it starts to empty, right, it will go out from here, past this rubber brush, and then into the outlet and into the bin. At first, I was quite skeptical because this thing is actually blocking the outlet. So how can it empty properly? Next, I am going to change the suction power to turbo, and I'm going to vacuum the next area, which is behind the sofa all the way to the entrance. So let's go.
Can we take a long way home? Let some things I want to know a couple questions if I could. Hope I'm not misunderstood on the long way home. Yeah. On the long way home. Oh, yeah. On the long way home. Look at this. We both took a risk. Who would've thought back then that we both end up like this? Oh yeah, I ain't had a plan. She said, boy, we better get to it. Gonna be a long ride. We gonna need more than love to get through it. We gon' 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 get through it. You can trust me, I'm a man, I'm a word. If I say it, I'ma do it. When I'm down.
For the second sweep, it seems that it is so much cleaner than the first sweep. Two reasons. This is more open, there are no obstacles in the middle. And then second is we changed the suction power from balance to max. So I am pretty happy with the result, but still there is that 1% left, and it could have been better. Okay, for the Roborock app, right, there are some really interesting features. So right now, this is a full view of my house that the robot has mapped out. And you see there are lines with like shaded highlights, okay? So these are the areas that were mopped and vacuumed. But those with lines, no shaded, that means it's just vacuum, okay? And there are 3 ways that the robot can do, you can do a full cleanup, a room cleanup, you can select which room you want to clean up, or you can go by zone. See? Let me move this so you can go by zone. And then I want to show you the restrictions that you can set. For example, a no-go zone. Okay, you can set a no-go zone. This is a red box for no-go zone. And then the lines are invisible virtual walls. For example, I don't want it to leave the house. When I open the door, I don't want it to go out. Okay? And then this is my kitchen. I've set a no mop zone because I'm quite particular. The mop for kitchen, right, is for kitchen, and then the mop for living area is for living area. But this one, customize, is my favorite because I think that different rooms, right, have different needs. Okay, for example, the living area, this area, I want it to switch to a high vacuum power and then a high scrub intensity. Okay, but for the rest of the house, it's not that dirty. I will just go for balance and a normal scrub. So for example, you have some parts of the house that are very, very clean, okay? And then some parts of the house are very, very dirty. So in this way, you might want to start the robot from the cleanest part of the house, okay? Followed by the dirtiest part, which is the living area. Yeah, but usually I kind of separate. Living area, I will mop one time, and then the bedrooms, I will mop another time. Because I don't have carpet, there are no shaded areas here, but if you have carpet, it will show up on the app. You can edit those. If you live in multi-stories, you'll be happy to know that this supports multi-level homes. Okay? And then under settings, robot settings, you can enable child lock. So the buttons on the robot will not work anymore. Auto emptying, okay, I just go with smart. The rest seems like it doesn't suit me. There is a stain somewhere here in my kids' room. Nothing new, I go through this every day. But this time around, I save it so that I can show you how the Roborock works when it mops. Okay, the stain is gone. I wasn't expecting that. Maybe the 3000 vibration really did help to scrub the floor a little bit. I mean, if you compare to the usual robot, which is just dragging a piece of cloth around, I will say that this is definitely more effective at mopping the floor. And it hasn't used up all the water in the water tank yet. I will think that this is more than enough to mop the entire house. Okay, let's look at the rubber brush. Usually there will be hair stuck on this kind of roller, especially the hairbrush kind. But let's check the dustbin, see if there's any hair or not inside. Got a bit of hair here. So I'm just glad that it did not get stuck on the brush. To me, the self-empty dog here is a true lifesaver. So instead of emptying this little bin every 2 weeks, now I can slack for 8 weeks. I really like that there are two options. It empties into a dust bag or the bin itself, so I can clean it out on my own instead of spending more money on the dust bag, which is kind of like a recurring cost. Hey Google, clean the entrance.
Alright, starting the Roborock S7 in the entrance.
So let's say I have scheduled the robot to vacuum every morning at 8:25 AM. Because I just mopped it last night, the mop pad is still there. And thanks to the Vibrarise technology, it will lift up the mop pad when I just want to vacuum. So Roborock, if you're watching, can you make like a 10 liters water tank that will auto fill up this every day? But problem, who's gonna wash the mop pad?